You ready? Let's go. 2-minute daily Devo for Thursday, May 5th. I'm in the New International Reader's Version today, and our verse of the day comes from the book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 26. Here's what it says. In the same way, the Holy Spirit helps us when we are weak. We don't know what we should pray for, but the Spirit himself prays for us. He prays through groans too deep for words. This is a great verse that reminds us of the gift and the power that the Holy Spirit is. You know, Jesus talking to his disciples before he went up to heaven said, guys, I'm about to leave, but I'm not going to leave you alone. The Father is going to send the Comforter, the Holy Spirit, that's going to help you. And then he tells his followers right before he goes back to heaven, he says, I want you to go to Jerusalem and go wait in the room until the power of the Holy Spirit falls on you. And then the Holy Spirit comes and there's tongues of fire on each of them and they're praying in these different languages and they spill out in the streets and the early church is born. You see, this is the power and the help that the Holy Spirit gives us. You know, when you first said yes to Jesus Christ, the Holy Spirit comes to reside in you. But there is a baptism, a infilling of power that comes through the Holy Spirit that you can ask God for. You can pray, God, I want to be baptized in the power of the Holy Spirit, just like those that were in the upper room got baptized. That's where our power comes from. And here's an example of that. It says, first of all, it helps us when we're weak. So again, when we need help, there are times in my life where I know I need to pray for something or someone, but I don't know exactly what to pray for. And then there's times I don't know anything. I just feel like I need to pray, but I don't even know who or what I'm praying for. That's where this baptism, the power in the Holy Spirit kicks in. It says we don't know what we should pray for, but the Holy Spirit prays for us. You see, when you're baptized in the Holy Spirit, baptized in tongues, where you're speaking this heavenly language, that's exactly what it is. It is the perfect prayer that the Holy Spirit is praying through us to pray exactly what needs to be prayed for in that moment. And it says he prays through groans too deep for words. This is exactly what speaking in tongues is. It's praying that perfect prayer, that heavenly prayer that is praying, the Holy Spirit's praying to see actions and to see answers to these prayers. So I want to encourage you today, if you're not filled with the Holy Spirit in the baptism of the Holy Spirit where you speak in tongues, I encourage you, pray about that. Read more about that. Study about that. That there is a baptism in the Holy Spirit and that same power that came upon those when they were praying in tongues in the upper room in the early church in Acts, that same power can be yours through the baptism of the Holy Spirit. And you can experience this verse come alive in your life. That when you don't know what to pray, the Holy Spirit will pray through you and for you. All right? So that's it. I'll talk to you tomorrow.